Welcome to 444 Empath Tarot. Take a deep breath and relax.
Hi Taurus, Jen here. We're going to go ahead and pull some tarot for mid-March. And then I'm going to dive into April. Probably going to take a sneak peek into April and see what April has to say. So if you want to see that, stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and pull the past energy, current energy, what's coming towards you, any clarifiers, advice cards, which is very helpful, depending on what the cards say and how to deal with that. And then we're going to take a sneak peek into April. So, Spirit guides, let's go ahead and protect this energy for Taurus's highest and greatest good. No trickster energies, please. And let's go ahead and dive in. See what we have for mid-March for our Taurus gang here. So let's see. Let's see here. One more shuffle, please. Okay. Past energy, Wheel of Fortune, nice. Current energy, Eight of Swords, what's coming towards you, Four of Wands, beautiful. Clarifying the Wheel of Fortune is the Five of Cups. Clarifying the Eight of Swords is the Seven of Cups. And clarifying the Four of Wands is the Six of Swords. Okay. So give me 1 second, Taurus. I'm just going to go ahead and meditate on your energy here on these cards and see what messages Spirit has to provide. Okay, Taurus, I got some very deep messages here. Very deep off the back. Let's go ahead and talk about your past energy. What happened in the past, right? I see the Wheel of Fortune, obviously, and you have the Five of Cups here, okay? This is going to sound very weird, but what I'm getting is there's a turn of events. Right? There's a turn of events. Obviously, things are really working in your favor, but there's a feeling of lament here. It's almost as if your world is changing and it's changing for the better, but it's almost like some of you are grieving the past. It's almost as if, you know what it almost feels like? It feels like things are finally turning up, but it took so long. It took so long, Taurus. And it's almost as if, you know, it's like you're asking the universe or God or whoever you believe in, what took you so long? You know, I've reached a point where I almost gave up here. And now that things are finally showing up, I don't even know if I'm prepared. I've been waiting for so long. That's what I'm getting, a feeling of longing. It's almost as if I'm getting an image of it's someone's birthday, right? And they're not expecting anyone to show up because no one has ever showed up. And they get home and they open the door and it's like, surprise. And it's almost as if, yeah, I'm happy, but it's almost as it's almost as if I'm so used to things not going right that I'm so stuck in this grief energy. I'm so used to things never going right that when they actually do go right, I can't even enjoy it. It's not pessimism. It's almost as if you're asking the universe, what took you so long? I've been sitting here by myself in this energy, crying over these 3 cups that spilled over, literally ignoring the other 2 cups that I have behind me. And now you're here and it's almost as if, what do I do with this? You know, and this is major because it is a major arcana, but I get the feeling, you know, not only intuitively and not only with the messages that I get, it's almost like, I know I keep saying it and I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's like, what took you so long, you know? And this could have happened in the recent past. I know it's 5 here. It could have been 5 days, 5 weeks, 5 months ago, 3 days, 3 months, 3 weeks ago, that could have happened. Just a major turn of events that works in your favor, but you're still in this energy of, you know, things have been down for so long. I need time to catch up, to celebrate, so to speak. In your current energy here, you have the 8 of Swords. And it looks like there's a lot of choices, right? Because you have the 7 of Cups clarifying that. And the 8 of Swords really speaks about feeling trapped, right? But it's an illusion. It's all in the mind, that feeling of feeling trapped. And you want to self-liberate. I think for some of you, you want to get out of this funk in this current energy. Things are finally turning around. Things are, you know, looking up again. And you want that energy to match what's going on externally in your life. And it could be that you have a lot of choices to make. There's a lot of decisions to be made. And maybe for some of you, I see maybe some PTSD where this is almost like a second chance and you don't want to make the wrong choice. And that may have you feeling a bit trapped. And when I say trapped, I mean literally trapped in your head. I don't think anything on the external is really trapping it. If anything, I feel like everything that you've been wishing for and hoping for is happening. It's just your mind needs time to catch up here. And that's me. You know, I definitely get a feeling of data overload. There's like so much coming at you at once where it almost even feels overwhelming. It feels overwhelming to the point where you may feel literally trapped with, you know, the overwhelming feeling. But what's coming towards you, Taurus, oh my God. I feel like for some of you, this has been going on for a while. I feel like for some of you, you've been waiting for the wheel to turn in your favor. This wheel of fortune, this wheel of fate, this completion. You've been waiting for so long that I think even for some of you, you lost hope. But I see the 4 of Wands here coming towards you. And there will be a cause for celebration, right? That passion in you, that the alignment within you will catch up with what's going on externally eventually. And you know, you have the 6 of Swords here clarifying that. So you are moving towards things that are better. It may feel weird because she's here with just her and her child. I see an image of a man here that is literally navigating the boat. Anytime I see that, and this is the second time I see it, it almost feels as if there's a male either in the 3D or that has passed on that is guiding you. Because although she is sitting in the boat, she's sitting with her child, she doesn't have anything with her. She doesn't have any clothes, any luggage. She literally is going towards a better life with just what she has on her, just the clothes on her back. And obviously it's cold. It looks cold because she's wrapped up, but here's this image of this person here, and he's not wrapped up. He's like in a long sleeve shirt. He looks very comfortable. He looks like he knows what he's doing and where he's going, and he's navigating. He's helping this transition. So whenever I see that card, and this is the second time that I see it again, it almost gives me a feeling of someone in spirit that is guiding you. Now, this can be your guardian angel. This can be, it feels very masculine, or someone very strong, or just someone that's very good with direction that is guiding you towards a better life here, something that you can celebrate. 1111 is showing up, if that means anything to you. Let me see what else I can get from here. Spirit, if you want to chime in. Yeah, it's almost as if you've been through some very, very like tumultuous waters here, and I see it's like calm. It's like river. This is like turbulence, and you're going towards calmness, like a river. It just flows very easily, and it's new to you. You know, it's new, but this is like a card of bravery, and here we have the celebration. So that feeling of feeling aligned with what's going on externally and internally will eventually balance out. I think it happened so abruptly, and it happened so all of a sudden that your brain or your spirit didn't have time to catch up with what's going on. I definitely feel for some of you Taurians, you're probably so used to things not going your way, or so used to you know, the other shoe dropping, that when good things happen, you're almost afraid to even indulge in it for too long, because you're like, well, it's just a matter of time before something else happens. But this feels very different. And if you can just get out of your head, and I think for some of you, you're probably scanning for what can go wrong. And that's what may have you feeling trapped, that you're scanning for the negative. Taurus, there is no negative here. There's celebration. But you have to be able to walk away from what no longer serves you too, even if that is a mindset of thinking everything is going to turn out negatively, or not being able to enjoy the good things that are happening. So that was very strong. I'm going to go ahead and get some clarifiers here and see in what area of your life these things are happening, anything specific. So let's go ahead and get a clarifier, Spirit, for the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Cups. What's the overall energy for this? See, Two of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I think for some of you, you are so used to connections not feeling mutual. You're so used to being misunderstood. You know, the Two of Cups, it has to do with partnership. It has to do with balance. It has to do with, you understand me, I understand you. You like what I like what you like. Everything is peachy. And it could be that if this has to do with a relationship, a partnership, it can be friends, family, it can be with a boss, it can be, you know, wherever there is a sort of mutual contract there, that's what kind of has you feeling like, kind of like you don't want to get your hopes too high. Now, on another note, for some of you, this could have to do with the separation of a partnership. It could have to do with the separation of a friendship, a relationship, family member. And that is, it's almost as if whatever this is, it's no longer good for you. This is supposed to be the Wheel of Fortune being clarified by the Five of Cups. It's almost as if it's being taken out of your environment, being taken out of your life, because this energy, this connection is no longer there. Now, it can also mean that there is a need to restore emotional balance, you know, and I definitely get that more than anything, because I don't really see any, I mean, there's 3 cups here, but it doesn't feel emotional here. I mean, it could be, but I am picking up heavily that there is a need for your emotional self to match what's going on externally. There's good things happening, and I think for some of you, you just need to realize that. So clarifying the 8 of Swords and the 7 of Cups. Justice. There you go. Justice. That's truth. That's balance. And you know, this reading screams nothing but balance. There's definitely a misalignment here. This is Libra energy. Some of you can have Libra in your chart. But I think for some of you, what's coming in very heavily with the Justice card is that you may not trust, things balancing out. I'm getting a heavy lack of trust, and that may come from being let down in the past so many times. Again, it's like, what took you so long? And now the Justice is coming in, the Wheel of Fortune is coming in. It's like all these good things are coming in, and it's like, really now? Some of you might have gotten comfortable in that energy of lament, that energy of grief, where now that it's happening, you're so stuck in that you can't even realize all the good things that are happening, and you might even be questioning it and not even trusting what's going on. But things are literally balancing out in your favor with this Justice card. Like, literally, it's balancing out. This is, wow. Give me 1 second here. Taurus, I also want to say, this can have to do with, the Justice card can have to do with accountability too. So being accountable for your feelings as well. And what I mean by being accountable for your feelings, I mean understanding if maybe there is some pessimism there, you know, just being aware about that. But it's not that I hate to say this, it sounds like it really sucks, but it's almost as if the universe is finally being fair to you. It's like you're being noticed. And I'm almost getting the energy, it's not anger, it's almost like, why did I have to go through all of that? And now I'm getting all these rewards, but I'm so like shell shocked from everything that I went through. I need time to catch up. And that's definitely the energy that I'm getting, that you need time to catch up with the good things that are happening, because for some of you, it might just be that you have so much PTSD, or so used to things not going the way they need to, or kind of your way where it feels fair. Now, clarifying the Four of Wands and the Six of Swords, releasing. Four of Pentacles, release. You know, the Four of Pentacles speaks about holding on too tightly. It's about security. And clarifying this, there may be something that you need to release. There may be something that you have to walk away from. It can be I'm picking up some sort of transition, and what I'm getting is, it could be a literal transition. You could be moving from a job, or moving from a relationship, or moving from a home, but this feels more personal. This feels like a personal release. I think for some of you, on one hand, it's like, I want to be happy. I want the celebration. I want the happy home. And on the other hand, you're holding on to what happened and what it took to get there. But I think for some of you, before I even pull the advice cards, there's definitely a strong need to release. You have to let go. In order to kind of get those bearings, because it's like on one hand the universe is showing up for you, but now you're kind of like, what the hell, like, how now I'm supposed to, it's almost as if someone treats you poorly and then they just show up with gifts. Some of you may feel like the universe is love bombing you, like some narcissistic, you know, and it could literally be a relationship, you know, some sort of partnership in your life that feels that way. Like, you know, you treated me so poorly and now you want to shower me with gifts. But you have to understand, there's a lesson in everything, and things definitely balance out when they need to. And I know that's so cliche, but there's definitely a need here to release. Let me get some advice cards here. Three of Swords, yeah, you got to let that go. And Seven of Wands in reverse, yeah. This feeling of defensiveness is what's going to continue to pull on your heart. It's not going to allow you to heal if you show up in a defensive state. And I'm not saying, you know, do it tomorrow, or take as much time as you need with this. Take as much time as you need with this, because, you know, everything works in your favor, but you also have free will with this too. You know, when the Seven of Wands comes up, this is about picking and choosing your battles wisely. And I think for some of you, again, this is matters of the heart. This is your feelings, your emotions, and you're like, well, my feelings matter too. King of Pentacles, there you are. There you are. You are the King of Pentacles. This is definitely earth energy. It can be Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, but I think this is you. You have to literally, it's almost as if once you kind of align with that everything that you need, he's literally dripping in everything that he needs. He's sitting on his throne. He is a leader. Once you put your guards down, and I think it's almost as if half of you are angry with a physical person, but also I feel another half of you, this is spiritually. You're spiritually exhausted here. I'm picking up on that very heavenly. And again, I don't want to sound like a broken record, but it's like, what universe, what took you so long? God, what took you so long? Please don't be angry. Please don't be angry. You have to release that. You have to release that, and you have to transition. I know it might seem like it's late. It's like you're late, but better late than never, if I have to say anything. Better late than never. God doesn't make any mistakes, you know, at all. It may seem that way, but God doesn't make any mistakes in any area of your life. So if any of these messages make any sort of sense, Taurus, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, take care.